Hey folks, welcome back. We're here for more with Larry Meli, president of the Delaware Blue Coats. Listen, let's talk a little bit about the hopping around. One of the unique things with the G League, and you're able to experiment, so to speak. Talk what that means to the G League and our surrounding areas.
Yeah, sometimes it could be a little bit of the Wild Wild West.
Right.
We can try different things, and that's the point of the G League. It's like if it works there, maybe you can try it on the NBA side.
Got it.
But the flexibility is that we have an opportunity to take our game on the road to our surrounding communities. Like I was saying earlier, I think we are a regional team. Delaware is our home base, but South Jersey, Pennsylvania are certainly areas that we expand into. Next year, for example, we are going to play a game at the Wells Fargo Center. Engage South Jersey schools, Philadelphia schools for what we call an Education Day game. It's basically a field trip to a basketball game, which probably we didn't have growing up, but kids now can go to a game, and there's educational vendors and a message around it, but it's giving them an opportunity to see a professional basketball game live, and we'll be doing that at the Wells Fargo Center. And then we talked about the opportunity, and with your help, certainly, is can we take our game here to Atlantic City next year? So Boardwalk Hall being that backdrop, it'd be so cool to engage this community, which I believe is a basketball community.
Oh, yeah.
Not only Atlantic City, but all the surrounding towns around it to come out for a game, allow our players to engage this community and use the power of basketball to help lift it up some more.
Larry, to your point, I mean, just watching through the years, going to school in this area after we moved from Philly, now more than ever, the past 15 years, basketball, boys and girls, strongholds, whether it's Mainland, Holy Spirit, Oakrest, Absegam. I could just go on with the different teams. South Jersey, just going that way, Shawnee. And so I really believe that is something that could pick up some of the new fans, to say. One of the things I'm going to ask you, too, is about being televised with the Blue Coats, but also with the fact that you're at Wells Fargo. So here's the thing. I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's invite some of these teams down, these schools down here, to the Wells Fargo, kind of set the tone of, hey, this is what we could possibly do, whether it's AC High or Holy Spirit or maybe this is what we can do down there.
I would love that. That
right?
would be awesome. It just doesn't have to be the schools surrounding Philadelphia and Camden. If we can draw, because we're going to have schools from Delaware coming up to that game too. So, yeah, if we can reach down a little bit further to Atlantic City and give them the opportunity to bring their students up, it'd be awesome.
And to touch on it, again, I don't want to get too far into the Atlantic City thing, but I'm going. I mean, they call me ACMike. And I always thought it was when the guy was busting my chops on social media, that was air-conditioned Mike. But he was calling me Atlantic City Mike. But here's the thing, too. Again, hard basketball, tough, strong. I mean, that's what you guys bring. And to have a fan base, again, South Jersey, it's here, it's close-knit. I mean, to go to Delaware is not that far in the sense of that. The economics of it, when you guys draw at the Chase, what are you looking at? I don't want to put you on the spot neither, but, what's a good crowd there? Because I'm not sure.
I mean, on the weekends, we're drawing close to 2,000 people.
Yeah, it's nice.
So we do really well, and that's kind of, that community comes out and supports, for sure. I think the idea is we are an extension of the Sixers, right? So I think you give an opportunity for people to feel that brand of basketball, and we can do that for them. So coming into Atlantic City, like I said, using the power of basketball to kind of bring everyone together, put on a show. The Sixers entertainment squad is part of our game, so they would be at our games in Atlantic City, hopefully, and doing this. So I think it would be a lot of fun. And
that's what you hit, what I was trying to say there. I was trying to get out. My last question was being affiliated. Yeah. That's so important. Again, not to knock the Surf or some of the other teams that we've had here in Atlantic City. And they were supported to an extent. They were really great products on the field or on the ice or whatever it may be. I think when you have something affiliated, it's Sixers. All right, we all know, however you feel about them, we know who the Sixers are. We here are very into community, and you touched on it in the first segment, clinics and stuff like that you have, again, not just for Delaware residents. Talk to us about that involvement too, because that's so important, because that's our future, teaching them and then giving back.
Yeah, well, you just told me off the air about the boxing event coming to Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall, and how the fighters went to the PAL and met with the kids. Like I think every sports team and athlete has a responsibility to be ingrained in the community and give back. And because people pay attention, like we had this incredible platform. So for us, and they were in their shoes at one point too, when they were growing up. So I think we walk an athlete into a school, 7-foot athlete, everyone pays attention, right? All of a sudden kids get quiet and the teachers are like, really? I mean, this is crazy. But they see success, and I think us being able to give back and help communities, especially the underserved communities, is so important and critical to what we do.
No, absolutely. And when you say underserved or whether it's finances or whatnot, listen, I was there. There was 9 of us in the house, and Mom and Pop busted their behinds, but there wasn't enough money for hockey pads and all that. Although I was probably the only Puerto Rican that was playing hockey at the time, but it was hand-me-down type stuff. But to be able to, and I just want to say this right, basketball. That's what we did. We went out in the ball. You can do this. We can all, and then when you see, again, I'm piggybacking on what you're just talking about, as a young man or a young girl, seeing a professional athlete. I remember Ray Schultz and Dave Schultz coming to the St. Nick's in Egg Harbor City. He was with the Firebirds, the one brother, and the Hammer was with the Flyers, Dave Schultz. And it was just like, wow, these guys are here. And it made us, again, it brought a hockey team literally to Egg Harbor City, New Jersey, and just kids, black, white, Hispanic, they were involved in this, and it's just so important. And to your point when you were saying, because it drew me back to Barkley, when Charles Barkley said, well, I'm not and I know he was like a tongue-in-cheek a little bit, and maybe there was something, but it is important. We need to see that. And then the time in which we live with our phones, the kids and athletes, and how they, I don't want to say idolize them, because you shouldn't, but they look up to them.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think the beauty of the G League is it's all wrapped around the pursuit of a dream.
Right.
Right?
Like
We're
that.
not going in the schools and saying, hey, try to become a basketball player. It's not about that. It's like, this is what I did to get to this point in my life, right? Believing in myself, hard work, the importance of teamwork and your teammates, being a great teammate. And I think when you go in, and whether you like it or not, kids do look up to these players and they listen. So I think to be able to give that message, I think it'll resonate with them more. Like even one of our community programs is wrapped around literacy.
Yeah.
And we found out through our partner, the Children's Hospital, that the #1 predictor of adult success in life is being able to read on grade level by the 3rd grade. We're finding out that a lot of these kids either don't have a book at home, can't read, and it just puts them in a really tough spot. So we've been able to provide books, get them excited about reading. When we bring a player in to read to a kid, it just gets them excited about it. And then we give them a book and they can take it home. And we had countless letters about not only kids getting excited about reading and learning how to read, helping an adult in the same house learn how to read. So I think that's really where, sports, the power of it can change lives.
It's beyond the court. It's beyond, and the fact that you guys are thinking that way, and it should be that way, right? When you sit down and think about it, it's just unfortunate that in this day and age, in 2025, I'll date the show right here, what we're doing, is the fact that it still does happen, and it's unfortunate, whether it's the books or whatnot. You touched on it too, and I think this is a good opportunity for that. Some of your partners, because what you do is partner as well with different businesses, organizations. Talk about some of them. I mean, you could go into it a little.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we are an extension of a lot of these companies who want to get involved in the community, right? And they recognize how sports teams can really resonate with kids. So countless partners that we have, whether it's from Chase Bank to AmeriHealth to Nemours Children's Hospital, will use our platform, our players, to convey their philanthropic side. So we kind of pound the chest for them.
Right.
And So I think that's really where it's important, and we need that community support and that corporate support to help drive our business.
We got a few minutes here, and what I want to do with this few minutes before giving you the last word is, again, you touched on it first segment. Tell our listening viewer audience, anybody that's out there, again, what they're going to get when they come to a Blue Coats game, what they're going to experience, just what you're going to see and experience, the closeness of it all.
Yeah, I think that's what we try to bring, is that sense of community.
Yeah.
So I think if you go on to our website, and it's bluecoats.team, and you'll see what we do in this community, around South Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania, to help uplift those communities, using our players and getting them out there and give you that pride that, hey, we are giving back. And, giving you a chance to come out, even if it's just for a night of basketball, to escape, to allow your kid an opportunity to create a memory for them, whether it's the mascot, whether it's getting an autograph from a future NBA player. I think it's a really powerful thing, and you can have some fun.
I love it. Listen, drop back when I was a kid and we talked about it, it does stick with you and you remember those type of events and type of experiences. Now, here you go. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Give me a little Atlantic City, something, whether you like different, a good time in Atlantic City at some time or point.
I go so far back. I mean, I remember coming to Atlantic City, even just to go to the beaches, right? I go there and with the kids, and they can run wild. And luckily, my brother had a place here that we could kind of set up shop and go to the beach. And then as I became an adult, like just the nightlife, staying at the casinos always felt special and different. And it was such a unique experience. And then I'm such a foodie that there's so many great places to eat in AC. Sometimes we'll come to AC versus going into Philly, just because the backdrop's different. It feels different, and so I love coming down here.
So, Larry, listen, we're about at the end of it. Let folks know where they could find you, your work, whatever it may be, if they want to entail some of the community events as well.
Right. So, beautiful thing. Go to our website. It's a great website, bluecoats.team, and you'll see everything that we're involved in, right? So everything from our community work to who some of our big partners are that you can get involved with. You can see some of the camps that we have, which is an important part of our business, right? Offering camps and clinics to the youth in this area. So we run that throughout the summer, and that's a big part of like our community engagement as well. So you learn basketball basically from some of our coaches, some of our staff, people that have played at a high level, but it's a really cool thing that we offer at the Field House, which is, like I said, one of the best arenas in the G League. That's awesome. Listen, and make sure, folks, you get out there. Want to say thanks again to Larry Meli, president of the Delaware Blue Coats. Larry, thank you so much. Thank you, Mike. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back. And listen, make sure you go check out the Delaware Blue Coats. You do yourself a favor if you do.